What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So my name's Dave and I make content around running, shoe reviews, and my life. And the shoe that I've got with me today is insane looking, it's insane feeling, and it's one of the craziest shoes that I've ever worn in my life. Covered in full zebraflage print. I've got with me here the Mizuno Rebellion Beta, and it's in for full review. As a disclaimer guys, Mizuno were nice enough to send me these, but they don't have any influence on what I say in this video, nor will they be seeing this video before it is posted on YouTube. And another disclaimer is take everything that I say on this video with a pinch of salt. Everything I say is my own opinion and based off my own experiences with the shoe. What works really great for my foot might not work really great for your foot. So the best thing that I can recommend you do is make your way down to a running store where you can try a whole bunch of shoes on and see what works best for you and your foot, and then happy days. For today's full review, I'm gonna be talking everything Rebellion Pro Beta or Rebellion Pro 3 is what I've heard other people calling them. Everything to do with how it feels, my comparisons, and what I recommend the shoe. This is Mizuno's newest race day machine. Speaking of machines, let's have a look under the hood, shall we? AKA the specs. So this is how Mizuno describes the shoe. Discover effortless running in our fastest, most innovative shoe to date. Perfect for chasing your PB on race day as well as faster workouts. It comes in the full zebraflage. This isn't the official name of the print, but this is what I've been seeing people say online. And I gotta say, I actually love the name zebraflage. And looking at the print, when I first saw it, I thought, I'm not sure about this one. My friends, they all thought, I don't know, it looks a bit whack, but the more I put this on, the more it grows on me, and I'm actually a massive fan now. Pair this with a nice black sock, and it's really something. It comes with quite an interesting tongue. It's nice and wide, and I found that it was a little bit difficult to get the lockdown with the laces and the tongue in the right spot, but once you maneuvered it around and got it in that right spot, it didn't seem to bother me at all while I was running. It comes with a little heel counter here at the back. There's minimal padding around the heel, very minimal, and it's got that little flap at the back just to help you put the shoe on. A lot of shoes are doing that these days, and I'm a fan. This shoe is built to be as light and as fast as possible. I've worn comfier shoes in my life, but the comfort factor for this one, it's pretty good. So they made a big update to the foam with their Mizuno Energy XP. So this is a PBA foam. In the previous iteration, they had a slab of PBA and then a slab of another foam, but this time they've just gone with the full slab of PBA. And they've also made the shoe and the plate significantly wider in the heel, which I've heard in the previous iterations that it was quite narrow in the heel, so they seem to have improved on that with this one. And Mizuno were able to make this World Athletics approved by making the heel 40 mil, or I think it's a 39.5 mil stack in the heel, and they managed to do that by having that really aggressive, like that real steep cutoff at the back here. Like if I was to lay the shoe on its heel, it would sit flat here like that, which is pretty insane. But what they've managed to do by cutting that off is they added all of that foam and they put it in the midsection there. And I reckon there's about 50 to 55 mils of stack in the midfoot. There is just an insane amount of stack and an insane amount of cushion in there. It's I don't know how many times I can say insane, but that's the word for it. And another thing that we don't really see from many super shoes these days is a full length rubber outsole with no exposed foam at the bottom. This actually results in a really sticky and really grippy ride. And yeah, it was one of the things I definitely noticed when running in these was the grip was pretty good. And another thing to note, I think because it is a full length rubber outsole, there's no exposed foam. I think this is gonna be great for the durability, as there's no like foam that you can kind of chip away at while you run, and over time ends up leaving holes and having the foam getting chewed up, which I've had in a fair few other of my super shoes. But yeah, looks like I'm not gonna have this problem for this one. There is a fairly decent gap. I'll see if you guys can look at that. There's a fairly decent gap in between there and the plate, and it is deep. Oh, that's not a good look. I was about to say, how many fingers deep is this hole? I can't be saying that. I mean, look at this hole. Nah. Anyway, it's far out. I'm thrown off now. Bloody hell, Mizuno, you bloody got me. So we talked about how it looks, but how does the shoe feel underfoot? I've never worn anything like this. It is insane to walk around in and jog slowly in, but running, that's a completely different story. Walking or slow jogging feels utterly dreadful, but once you start striding out and bring these bad boys up to pace, there's this weird combo of cushioned and punchy that just makes the shoe feel incredible. Running marathon pace up to 10K pace, hell, even 5K pace, feels like a dream. So smooth, and it's even written on the side. Wearing these fresh out the box, I did end up getting a blister on my big toe, so for all of my wide foot fans out there, like myself, this shoe does run a little bit narrow in the toe box, and it is a pretty solid upper, like it doesn't really have much give. So if you need a wide toe box, then this may not be the shoe for you, but in saying that, I usually prefer a wide toe box, and this was bearable. Like it was probably about as narrow as I could deal with before it starts getting painful or annoying, and then I wouldn't be able to wear it. So it passes the test for me, but if you are if you are a wider foot and you need a wider shoe, then I would just be careful of that when looking at buying this shoe. It just always goes back to trying a shoe on before you buy it. I understand that's not always possible, but yeah, if you have the opportunity to do that, it's always gonna be the best option for you. With great stack comes great recovery. As you can probably guess, with 50 something mil stack in the midfoot and a fair bit of stack still in the front, you can imagine it's gonna be soft, and it definitely is. Like it's got some proper squish. Like it's got some proper squish in the heel. It does get a little bit firmer as there's less foam at the front, but you definitely feel it while you're running. The first thing I noticed when I was running was, wow, these honestly feel like a moon boot, like a trampoline. So bloody springy, and also so soft. I can definitely feel like there would be some recovery benefits from wearing this shoe, and wearing this for a full marathon, I can definitely see how that would be a great choice, because I think that this is just going to be able to protect your legs when you get into the deep end of the marathon. Whether the foam gets a bit soft at that stage, I don't know. I haven't worn them for a long run yet, but wearing them in the sessions, I do feel like I get that recovery aspect doing those longer reps, and I feel like I'd pull up a little bit less sore in my legs and my calves, surprisingly, in these. I definitely feel a little bit more protected. But all of this stack, it does come at a cost for me. Unfortunately, with it being so incredibly soft at the back here, my ankle already tends to roll in for most shoes in general. But wearing this shoe, just my ankle rolls in so much. Like you can probably see it in some of the footage, both of my ankles just rolling in. So it's something that I've already struggled with other shoes, and it is just multiplied by 1,000 wearing these, which sucks because they are such a great shoe and I enjoy wearing them so much. So much so that I still wear them even though my ankle does roll in. After a session, I will have a little bit sore ankles, but nothing too crazy. I think if I wore these a lot, I think I would start to have problems, but I just reduce the amount of times that I wear them, and I definitely don't wear them on long runs, which I would really, really love to test them out on. But I just decided to reduce the amount of times that I wear these in a month, maybe wear them like 3 or 4 times a month, so maybe once a week, but I probably wouldn't put these on for more times than once a week. But with all of that being said, I still choose to wear it because it's that bloody good. Weird, but good. Some of the things that really surprised me when wearing this shoe is that you don't feel the heel at all while you're running, which I mean obviously makes sense because you're not landing on your heel. If you were a heel striker, I definitely wouldn't recommend this shoe for you at all. But most people land mid to forefoot, and surprisingly, even I land in more in the mid, and I don't feel that heel at all. And all it does is feel like it propels you forward with like a max cushion trampoline feeling, and it definitely has this punchy, really, really pop in responsive feeling that it gives you. It's truly like no other shoe that I've ever worn. So it is very responsive for just how soft it is, but unfortunately there is the issue that's not very stable at all, especially for me. So that means that, yeah, this shoe definitely isn't for everybody, but I feel like if this shoe works for you, it's gonna work really, really good. So what are my comparisons of the shoe? Honestly, I don't have a comparison to any other shoe that I've worn, just purely because it is like nothing else that I've worn. And I haven't worn the 2 previous iterations either, so I don't really have much to say and I can't really even speak on that. But if I had to compare it to a shoe that I haven't worn, which I guess doesn't really make sense, but if I had to compare it to any other shoe, I think maybe it would remind me of the new Saucony Elite 2. Just the way that you see that ankle, or just the way that you see like the heel foam just melting on the floor as you do like those heel squishes that you see on Instagram when they were like trending like a couple of months ago. That it gives me big Mizuno Rebellion Pro Beta vibes with that as well. So yeah, take that with a pinch of salt. So would I recommend the Rebellion Pro Beta? If you're looking for a max cushion shoe with max recovery benefits, then this is the shoe for you. Because this shoe is pretty crazy in design and feel, it's just not gonna work for everybody. But if you're looking for a standout shoe in zebraflage print that is definitely gonna get you that next PB, then this is the shoe for you. Mizuno has always been the brand that first comes to mind when you talk about crazy geometry or innovative rockers. So it was no surprise to me when they brought out this zebraflage racer, and I love it. I'm a fan of Mizuno, so keep creating and keep showing us what really is possible with shoes these days. But that is going to conclude my full review of the Mizuno Rebellion Pro Beta, or the Pro 3, that's what other people are calling it. If you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, please like it and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future content. Consider sharing it with your running buddies, really helps out the channel's growth and you'll be supporting me while doing it. Again, thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.